What a wonderful evening that the Lord has made. And I just want to thank God for each one of you, them in the house and them that are outside. Today, we are talking about the goodness of the Lord and in terms of forgiveness. That forgiveness is so important, meaning that unforgiveness can cause death. The moment you remain with unforgiveness, the moment a person stays with unforgiveness, the moment a man lives with unforgiveness, and the moment that woman, oh, we have been thinking that she is good, lives with unforgiveness, the moment that man, oh, people think that he is a good man, a man who lives with sanity, as unforgiveness. That unforgiveness can bring death into the family. And therefore, unforgiveness is so bad such that one becomes an enemy of God. Because once you live with unforgiveness, unforgiveness dwells in your heart. You continue accumulate unforgiveness every day. You accumulate unforgiveness every day. You put in unforgiveness. What's going to happen is that most probably that unforgiveness is going to cause trouble in the family. It can cause death in the family. Many people who have not forgiven their own friends, particularly these men who have been jilted by some women after maybe educating them or giving them education or starting a business for them. That is why I usually tell ladies that if you get a man putting on a business for you, and if you know that at some point you're going to run away from that man, you better not enter into that, because you are attracting death in your family, to yourself, and you're going to cause trouble. If you are this sort of a girl or a woman who has always depended on a certain man, and then he has taken you to school and he has given you education to get either a certificate, a diploma, or a degree, or furthering and improving your degrees, and then knowing very well that after that you're going to leave him and move out. Let me tell you, this man who has been struggling from day after day, looking for money to take you to school, to take you to college, to educate you, to give you that particular knowledge, he will have unforgiveness in their own bodies, in their own lives, and indeed that unforgiveness can cause trouble. I normally tell women, don't always depend on men. Let them not put a business for you. And if they put in on a business for you, then learn to stay with them. It doesn't matter what. Even if you are a fifth wife, even if you are a fourth wife, even if you are a third wife, even if you are the fifth wife, even if you are whatever wife you are, if you have allowed yourself to enter into a life of a man, and you have given yourself to him such that you become is dependent, and he puts business for you, and business starts thriving, knowing that at some point you will leave, you will be attracting death in your family, all for your family. Because soon, the moment you leave that man to another person, what's going to happen is that there is going to be a grudge and pain with that man. Whatever that you have been giving him, definitely will remember it, and you will feel as if he has been jilted and cheated. And what's going to happen is that he is likely to cause something that's not right. And therefore, if somebody has put for you a business or started for you a business, and then you knowing that you're a woman somewhere, and then you're going to leave him for another man, anything can happen to you. That's why I say, let people be sincere to whatever that they do. It doesn't matter whatever that has happened. It doesn't matter the status. If you have incorporated yourself in that life, and you started together, you're living together, you are staying together, then you must not leave. Stay there. Stay with your sin, live with your sin, continue being tormented with your sin, because anything can happen. Once you leave, chances are that that man will start following you, and anything can happen. He could have given you some very good education, maybe university education, and this university education he has given you, it is not you that you are so good. It is not that you are the only one that is so. It is because maybe he loved you because of something that you had, or because of your physique, or because of who you are, or he wanted to have a woman who is educated in his life so that this woman can be an asset in his life, maybe a manager in his own business, maybe a person who's going to be administer his own business or take care of his money. But the moment now he takes you to school, you have learned some accountancy, you have learned some skills, you have learned some management, you have learned some sort of skill, and then knowing very well that this man was only a provider, soon you are moving out to another man. Let me tell you, you can easily lose your life and the man that you have taken after you have been educated. Then if you want to live, you must be able to get money, pay back what was given to you rightly, so that can be that. Don't say that because that you paid him in kind, you paid him in staying together. There are some pain that cannot be left. There are some things that can be left. And I always tell people, yes, some people call me a man of mercy. Yes, let me tell you, you need to look into how you handle this issue, because you cannot be misusing another man or another woman's husband. Then after you have wasted all the money, after you have used all the money, then go out coupled with another man, and then you go out. It's like you have stolen directly from this family. If you do not want such a thing to happen, then don't allow this man to spend too much money to you for your own things, knowing you are going to leave, because that's wrong. There is no point of you being taken to school, being taken to college, and then thereafter you leave, because it can turn out to be so dangerous. There is no point of you getting somebody to start a business for you. After the business has thrived, then you move out. There is no point of you getting a man who has a wife and maybe children out there who will come and build a house for you. Then thereafter, after building a house and the house is registered under your name, then thereafter, because now you got a house, you move out and bring another man, start living with him in the house. A man, this guy has sweated, he has gotten money, he has given the money to you and invested in you. Then you take him out, pull him out, bring another man, maybe younger or even older, to live in the house that this guy has built. Or you buy the land, but get this man to come and build the house because the land belongs to you. After that, you tell him, I don't need you, get out of my way, get out of my life. I mean, that's not the way to go about it. If you know that you're going to live out of that man, then you better not get him. Invest in you, because these issues whereby people invest in others, they invest in time, they invest in energy, they invest in finances, they invest in kind, they invest anything, and then thereafter you yield them and bring another man inside who start now living with you, and you don't care. Even when he calls you, you save him as if it's another sister. Even when the man looks at your phone, he cannot know because it's like another colleague or another sister, but it's a man who saved in another name. This is very serious, and I say that can easily bring in unforgiveness. And that unforgiveness can turn out to be lethal. And people should live a godly life so that they can avoid this sort of a thing happening. Or this is a guy you have just gotten out and you call them a sugar daddy. Why should you have a sugar daddy? That this sugar daddy is going to take care of you. An old man, because he has money, has invested, and it's going to take care of you or take care of your children. You only want a person taking care of you. You only give yourself. It's like you are selling yourself to them. That is not the way to live. That is not a good life. When that anger comes in, the moment you change to a younger man, that man can easily do anything to you. But I say always forgive. Let me tell you, if you are this kind of a young man and has been incorporated by that woman, and that woman has taken you to school, has taken to college, has even looked for a job for you, and all of a sudden you leave her after she has taken care of you for another place, anything can happen to that, because people are feeling. feelings, and they invest on others, they invest on people. Somebody has invested in you, and then thereafter you just leave without any warning. You shut them out, and you assume that nothing has happened. Let me tell you, that is the worst thing that you can ever do, and you must start changing so that you can live a righteous and a right life, because that unforgiveness that can come in can easily destroy your life. Many people are being destroyed. Particularly, I have seen quite a number of people be destroying others, particularly in some of these countries that we are living in, South Africa, in Nigeria, in other places. People destroying others, even in Kenya, destroying people for no reason, in Uganda, Tanzania, in Zambia. Zambia has even been very notorious, people destroying others. You can never, a day can never pass before you hear a woman having been executed, or a woman just disappears. You think she's gone on safari or something, only to find that she was actually killed and murdered long time ago. The reason is that people have become very crafty. They are eating from others, and they don't have any feeling. In other words, they are stealing from others intentionally and with an intention to defraud. And then after you've gotten in, and this woman has bought even a car. I've seen even young men who are bought very good cars, limousines. They chaff around. People try to ask him, "Oh, guy, how did you get this car?" He said, "I'm doing very well," not knowing that it's the wife or a woman who bought them that car. After they have bought you the car, you stay there, but then you go on cheating. Let me tell you, your life will easily come to an end if that unforgiveness continues staying in that woman's place. That is why you need to be very, very careful. You cannot go on cheating. You cannot go on lying. You cannot go on doing things thinking that nothing will ever happen. There are occasions when nothing will ever happen. There are people who can say, "I don't care what happens. I just want to go out and do what I want to do out there. I live my own life. I don't care what they're going to talk about me." But I got to tell you, the word of God in Psalm chapter number 33, verse number 13 says, "And God is looking from heaven, and he sees all the sons of men and what they are doing." God is watching the sons of men, is watching the daughters of men, and see what they are doing. They are doing all sorts of evil. Why do you want to get to this? You've never made up your mind to live a straight life. Some people even have a number of spouses, a number of friends. They have one friend who takes them to the salon. They have another friend who takes them for manicure. They have another friend who takes them for pedicure. They have another place who is responsible of the house. They have never even told those guys that they have got children. They have another man who takes care of the dressing. They have another man who takes them to the hotel and good meals. I mean, they've got a couple of people, and they don't want to mix them. They give them the days. They arrange them like the way you can arrange the clothes in the shelf. They arrange them one at a time. Let me tell you, when that thing is going to erupt, you will never have good life. You will never stay. Let me tell you, unforgiveness, when it is kept by an individual, it can erupt. And when it erupts, let me tell you, friend, it is going to be riddle. It is going to cause trouble. It's going to get you into a very quagmatic condition. And that is what we want to say. Don't store unforgiveness into your heart, because that unforgiveness is likely to cause death. I want to ask you, yes, that lady has been so beautiful. She has been so good to you. Whatever that you have done with her, wherever you have gone, whatever you have done, it is you who know. You know how much you've been together. You know how much you have wasted time with her. And yet, all of a sudden, when she has left, you start looking for ways of eliminating her. There is no point. You count the time you've been together as quality time. Leave her to go out. Maybe she's discovered that you are this sort of a person who is a family person. You have another family. And if you have another family, why are you looking for this other one? And if she leaves you, why do you want to eliminate her? Why do you want to hurt her? Why do you want to kill her? Why do you want to eliminate her? Why do you want to ban her? Why do you want to burn our car? Why do you want to burn our house? Why do you want to hire people to go and hurt her? Does it really pay? Will you get anything out of it? How will you get what you'll get out of it? By the way, the word of God does ask, what will a man get if he gets the whole world and then loses his soul? Because some of the things that you're going to do, they can cost you your soul. They can cost you your soul. The way you do it, the way you operate, the way you take her, the way you take him, the way you take things with simplicity. The word is saying that God is looking from above and from heaven and watching the actions of men and what they do and what they conceive in their own minds and what they're going to do. And this one definitely can cause trouble. That is why we have to say tonight that indeed unforgiveness heaped in one's heart can cause trouble. Why do you do that sort of a thing? Why do you take somebody's life? Simply because she said no to whatever that you wanted to do. She said no to some of the things. Why don't you leave her alone? Instead of killing her, why don't you go for another one? There are many girls out there who are so beautiful, so nice. They are so nice, and you can get another one out there. This is the one that you think is so bad or as jilted you to the last one. You can go for another one instead of killing her. Let her live. Let her live her life. Maybe peradventure God will get to her life and she will change. Instead of eliminating her, what will you get after taking her life? And remember, the measure you measure with is a measure that comes to you. If you are killing with a knife, you are also most probably going to be killed with a knife or with a worse sentence. If you are killing with a gun, most probably the same one will also come to you, or with a bigger bout that may come to you. If you are going to strangle, you may also be strangled. The way you have done it, it's going to be so. Wait for it, it will come to you. If you are eliminating others by some ways, you will also be eliminated in the same way. That is why we want to say tonight, it is good to forgive. Do not store unforgiveness into your heart, because it's going to drive you into death, for the wages of sin is death. Let me tell you, friends, let me tell you, my dear friends, indeed, anybody who heaps in unforgiveness into their own hearts becomes a direct enemy of God. Who is a direct enemy of God? The direct enemy of God is Satan. And the moment you heap in a lot of unforgiveness in your heart, it's like you become an enemy of God, because you have already joined the camp of Satan. The moment you have joined the camp of Satan, it is as if you have joined the camp of the wrong people. You have joined the camp that is doing the wrong things. You have joined their camp, and the moment you join up their camp, you have become like part of them. And anybody who has joined the camp of the wrongdoers and the evildoers and the transgressors, what happens is that they become part of the kingdom of darkness, and that's why they plan evil things. Some of the people even plan to divorce secretly. Some people are planned to divorce secretly, and you've lived with that woman for many years. It doesn't matter whether 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, or even 20, or even 50 years. It doesn't matter. They go out and divorce and get somebody even younger. Some people even run away from their own place. They go to a far place, shut up the phone from their relatives, from their friends, and get some younger and live with them, never to tell their parents where they are, simply because they think that is life. Some people have even become pedophiles. I mean, these things are happening, and we are saying that indeed, the moment you run away from God and stay a lot of unforgiveness in your heart, then you become an enemy of God, and you're inviting the enemy, who is Lucifer, Satan, the destroyer, to come into your heart. And the moment he comes into your heart, no wonder some deaths can come. There are people who don't care killing. Let me tell you, if you kill today, there is a penalty. There is a penalty because you kill, even if you are not known, even if you hire people, even if you hire men or women. Let me tell you, God will see you. That is why the word of God does say that when the Lord God looks from heaven, he sees all the sons of men and all that which they are doing. There is nothing hidden before God. There is nothing that's going going to be hidden before God. Everything that you do is not hidden before God. Whatever thing that you are planning is not hidden before God. That plan you have plotted to kill that man is not hidden from God. God can be able to see it, and he knows exactly how you did it and how you are planted. I want to tell you, may you stop it in Jesus' name, so that God can forgive you. Instead of killing him, leave him alone. Go do your own things. Instead of killing that child, in killing of executing that baby, leave that baby alone. Leave that child alone. Go out. You can even donate that child to the people who do not have any child, and that's going to be okay. Instead of killing, there are those of us who don't mind getting children. You can get us, and we'll take care of them. And we have done that. We have taken children to school who were left out there, and they have ended up succeeding. I want to tell you today, God is watching from above to everybody and to everything that is happening. Why heap a lot of unforgiveness? Why plan to kill them? Like in the Southern Africa, in Zambia, Uganda, we hear ladies disappearing every day. In Kenya, in Nigeria, in other African countries, in other places. People disappearing every single day. Men disappearing every single day. Particularly women are become like a target of some men. Every day they are taking one. Every day they are taking one. Let me tell you, judgment is coming, and everybody who kills, judgment is waiting for them. God is waiting for them. When they die, theirs is the lake of fire. Today you kill, God is waiting for you. Yours is the lake of fire. God is watching, God is seeing, and he knows exactly what's going to happen. Forgive your friend, forgive your spouse, forgive your brother, forgive them. Or if you think you cannot be able to stay with them, leave them alone. Go out, get something. You don't have to kill them. Why plot to kill them? Why take a life? This life is, you are not the one who created them. No, you are not the one. Leave them alone. Let them stay. Let them be who they are. Let God be the judge of their lives. Just leave them alone. Even if they have been messing you up, or they have jilted you, even if they have spent all your money, you can get more money. You don't have to kill. Why kill? Why kill? Why kill? Why? There's no point. This girl or this man, you don't have to. I have even heard and read even the social media and in places where even women who are over 50 years, 60 years, they kill a man. It doesn't make sense. What do you get? That you kill a man who is 50, 60, 70 years, so that you can get a boy of 18 years or 20 years, like a toy. Let me tell you, it's all vanity. All these things are just vanity. It's all useless. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter whether you're going to get a very young one. That a man is divorced his old wife of 50, 60, 70 years, so that he can be able to get a girl of 16, 17, 18, 20, thereabout. It is all vanity. You'll get nothing. You will never add anything to your own life. Instead, you'll add misery to your own life. Like if you are now 50, 60, 70, and you try to get some girls of 20 years, that's like your granddaughter. You are not even embarrassed. You're not even embarrassed of walking with your granddaughter. You're not even embarrassed of walking with this little girl. Oh my God. You are not even embarrassed. It doesn't even feel embarrassing to you, even holding her by the hand. When people look at you, they just want and say, oh, what this man, is this guy walking with a granddaughter around? I mean, it doesn't come, is it an embarrassment to you? Even when God looks above, as he says in his word, that God is watching from above and looking down to men and seeing exactly what they're doing. Oh God, and you're just walking about, oh my God, and you're not embarrassed about it. And now when she leaves you, you start looking for a way of eliminating her. I think there is something wrong. There has to be a change. If those who do that, they need counselors. You need somebody to talk to you, and they put sense in you. You don't have to. What I say to help? What will you get? Let me tell you. By the way, changing a person, it's not like food. Yeah, it's not drink. It's not like a drink. You changing for maybe an act of a day. I cannot help you. An act of 15 minutes or so, Useless. It cannot help you. It cannot help you. Getting your spouse away, kicking your children out simply because of some lust somewhere. It doesn't make sense. In fact, it makes you look even more stupid. Because you've left your good family, you left your children to go and be kept by some small girl somewhere. Oh man, it doesn't make sense. You better stick to your wife. Better stick to your people. Stick to your wife. Stick to your husband. Stay there. Ah, no. Things have to change. Things have to change. You don't have to behave the way you behave. You don't have to. That you have now put on some sort of shorts or some boards, some ragged clothes, and unfinished, and now you're walking like a young man, and yet, no, change. God would like you to change. Change your mind, change your mentality. Make credible decisions. Walk like you know where you're going. Let me tell you, life on earth is very short. And if it is short, then you must not misuse it. Some people say it's short, so let me use my life the way I want. Some people even live out of their own places and go to the street. You leave your husband and your children and you go to the street for prostitution. You look bad. You look crazy. You look mad. There must be something wrong. You leave your people and then go to the streets behind the gullies. You'll come out with some deadly diseases. Then you start blaming some people, blaming your wife, blaming everybody. Let me tell you, unforgiveness can be so terrible. It can cause trouble. So tonight, I would like to tell you, change from being a person with full of unforgiveness to forgive. Forgive and forget, and the Lord will bless you. Remember, when you forgive, you become a friend of God. When you don't forgive, you become an enemy of God, because God is watching from above to see exactly what's happening, to see what you're going to do. If you have any plan against somebody to go and hurt them, I want to urge you today, drop it today, because whatever that you are going to do, even the comments you are aligning for them, God is watching and God is saying, and for the wages of sin is death. Whatever that you have planned for somebody will also come to pass to your life, or to your relatives, or to your children, and the pain in which you shall undergo will be greater than the pain that you have inflicted to somebody, that you have inflicted to that man or to that sister. Yes, it is true. And that's why I got to tell you today, forgive and forget, and start your life over again. And God will bless you. Thank you so much. We'll continue with this subject. And if you have any question, please, may you write to us through the SMS or through the WhatsApp. The number is on the screen, and we have no interest of many other things. We are out to counsel, we are out to talk to you, we are out to tell you that indeed unforgiveness is bad. Forgive and let us move on. Forgive, come to church. Forgive, go to the house of worship. Forgive, if you are a Muslim, go to the mosque and ask Allah to forgive you. If you are a Christian, forgive, come to church, and we shall pray for you. And look for the right church, a church that advocates for forgiveness and advocates for development. God bless you. Thank you. Cheers. You can share, you can like, you can subscribe, so that we can be able to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living.